here we are, the dopest podcast. Um,
Yo.
I don't even know. Like, I'm playing Horizon. I'm with Rob. It's gonna be pretty
Nice.
short intro. Um, kind of have a lot to talk about. Kind of don't have a lot to talk about. I'm not gonna do my usual intro, whatever. Callisto Protocol, God of War versus Elden Ring. I'm back on Horizon trying to finish it before Wednesday. Um,
You're close. For what you told me today. You're
Man,
super
after
close.
what I did, I thought I was gonna be at the end, and then when all that shit happened, I said, "Fuck, I probably got like 10 more hours." Um, her loss. Did I say Callisto Protocol? I said Callisto Protocol. God of War vs. Elden Ring, Callisto Protocol, her loss, Horizon Zero Forbidden West. Um,
And Takeoff, RP
oh, and
Takeoff.
Takeoff. That's what it was.
We can talk about that briefly.
Yeah, I don't know. So, did you see what Thomas posted in the group about like his funeral?
I did.
Was all that real?
All that was like in GTA. It
Was
is in
it?
GTA.
Get out of here!
That it looked like, man. Yeah.
I I didn't even. I was zoomed in on those photos, so now I feel stupid because I'm like, damn, people did all of that.
A lot of people out here
Oh shit, this was GTA.
Mhm. A lot of people out here for with Takeoff, man. Like everybody
Damn.
come out and saying like this always happen, man. A rapper or musician or artist just dies and everybody come out of here and say like what great of a person they were. I mean it was a very fucked up situation, bro. Like it's just tragic. Like another rapper gunned down, dog.
Yeah.
Like it's somebody like him who never bothered nobody. That's like what everybody's saying. He
And
was a nigga in the group that didn't bother nobody. Who was quiet, just
and
minding his
and
own.
and what I'm about to say is probably gonna offend somebody, but the same way in relationships, men don't want women to put themselves in like compromising situations where like a nigga could roll up on them and just be like, "Hey girl, I got 100,000 in the bank. Why don't you come with me tonight? Fuck that nigga you with or talking to or whatever," because she went to the club by herself or to the club with her women. You know, I feel the same way when it comes to men putting themselves in life compromising situations. Like, why are you going out gambling and you know you're a famous rapper or you're a popular rapper? Like, I get it. You want to be able to live, a normal quote life, but at some point, whether you wanted it or not, like you kind of gotta move differently because you in the spotlight. And yes, he wasn't the direct target. It's the fact that when you go to places that are like gambling, and it's not, I guess, Las Vegas or whatever, or some super established place, and they don't have security like that, then that's the risk that you take, just like us being in college, if we go to the club, that's a risk for us because while we may go there with the expectation of having a good time, there's still a chance that, some shit might pop off and then they get to shooting, and then what? Now we're caught in the crosshairs because we went out for a night of fun or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying to live your life in fear, but there are some things that you can mitigate yourself. Like you're like again, you like what you like. I'm not telling you not to, but my thing is, you're a fucking famous rapper. Multiple hits between you and your crew. Why the fuck are you out gambling? How much more money could you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, like I'm not like dissing the man or anything like that, but it just gives me pause to think.
Well, the story from what I've seen is that Quavo got arguing with somebody there, and they said a gun got pulled out and shots became fired.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Your homie got to arguing and somebody shoots you because of it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a treasure thing, man, and I get, like I said, I get what you're saying about if you're a famous rapper, you made it, and you know you got money and all that. Do you be careful where you go? But it just, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of sad that like you have to do that. Period. Like
I mean,
it's
yeah,
just you know, as a, I don't know. I think they said this happened in Texas, and you know, I was like, why are there people? Why was there people around there with weapons anyway?
that's what I'm
What's
saying.
going
Like,
on?
that's what I mean
What's
when I say
what's
like
going on,
you go
dog?
into a place that don't have all that great of security. You know,
Yeah, and they said like 40. And they said like 40, around 40 people were there, and I saw like the one video I did see was like somebody was somebody had their phone, they was
Mr.
recording, and
Know-It-All
somebody
is
was
here.
like in the crowd
I
as
know you're
Quavo was
focused,
arguing with.
buddy.
They showed
Never
the person he was
smiles.
arguing with, but
I
next thing you
know
know,
you
you
knew
just
it
start
was
hearing the
up. I had
gunshots
more in your
firing,
room.
and everybody started scattering and took off.
Thanks.
And the video ended. That's the only video I saw.
that's
But
crazy.
yeah, that was a loss. Cause I ain't expect like you know somebody like the Migos, somebody from the Migos, man. Like you
Well,
know
silence.
like them
Looks
niggas
like you
weren't old.
finally found a
Like
door you
them
wanted
niggas
to
had
Yeah,
see.
hits and like
ain't they about as old as us? Shit.
I think so. Yeah. Like them niggas was the shit in fucking college. Them niggas were hot, nigga. Like you couldn't.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
You're
it,
right.
yeah,
like I talk it.
I do owe you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My spear
And it was bad too, 'cause, you know, they
see
broke
you
up.
again.
You know, it was just Quavo and Takeoff and Offset. You know, ain't been with them niggas like that lately. But they never came
Oh,
out and said exactly what happened with that.
I didn't think they broke up. I just thought they
Now I
all.
need your
I
help.
thought he was just pursuing his
So
own
I'm
stuff
giving
on his
you
own.
one final
Quavo and
chance.
Takeoff. That's why that
If you
video I
ever
sent you, like
betray
they dropped
me,
them two dropped the album
I
together
will
like
kill you no
last
matter
month.
what the
Mm.
circumstance.
Just them two.
Understood.
But every time there was an interview, like somebody asked them like why the Migos broke up, why Offset went with them, they never really gave like a Durant answer, like a full on Durant answer. But something definitely happened.
I'd have been like, broke up, nigga.
Thanks.
Nah, we ain't break up. We just taking a
Tell me.
break. Shit.
The truth is,
Well, that's the thing they
I
confirmed
can't
that
actually get us into the
that
base.
you know
On the
like
album.
that was it. No, on the interview they saying the Migos was done.
Oh
Like
shit, for real?
yeah, Quavo, yeah, Quavo was going around, you know, Takeoff was going around saying that shit when they was making their rounds with the album release.
But nobody's saying why.
That must be your
Them
fucking
two,
invention.
no direct reason. They didn't say like this what Offset did, this what we did. No, they didn't do that. They
Not
kept on bringing up.
self-destructing?
They were bringing up loyalty and you know they never gave a direct answer
They
on
make
what
it sound like
exactly
that. I gotta
happened.
see that interview now, cause you making it sound like when you said loyalty, you making it sound like something happened, niggas wasn't loyal, and it was like,
Enough,
hey bro, you
both
gotta
of you.
bounce. We ain't gonna kill you, but you gotta
We're in this
bounce.
together.
Yeah,
For now.
but yeah,
Talk to
but
Harold.
Offset.
Tell him I said to
You know,
keep
so you
his
gotta,
arms
you know,
below.
that's gotta be bad for him too.
I'll
I
come see you
mean,
when I get a
they
chance.
probably weren't even on. They was like they weren't even on speaking terms.
Damn, that
You
would
know,
suck
so
if they weren't, and then you know, that
it
shit
just
happened.
happened.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
but at the same time, depending on what it is,
Oh no.
I don't know. Part of me could just not care.
talking about what, like, what you mean?
Like depending on why they broke up. Like
Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah, I
like
never
it,
really,
like
I ain't give it like deep thought, like what it could be and shit. I don't know, not
yeah,
really.
like it could be a really
Like, tell us what she knows
amicable
about this
thing,
base.
Yeah,
but
We've never played
but yeah,
machine together.
Oh no.
no, RB Takeoff, man. Like every time I thought about that Lupe
Came back with
verse
some interesting
on
friends.
that last album he put out,
Wish I could say we don't
Dreaming,
like
cause
them.
when that
When
beat come
silence
on, he
and
was like
terror
rappers die
hit
too
your
much.
ears,
That's it. That's the
we
verse.
were gone.
yeah,
And then he just let the beat play. Like,
Enemy of my enemy and all that.
I mean,
right?
he right.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
it's just something. It's just something it's happening out here, which is fucking kind of scary, man. Like, it's scary though. I don't know.
You
It's
know, it's
weird.
crazy.
It's very weird. And they say that only happens to like
Talk to
Black
rappers.
rap.
If you
Oh
think of it,
yeah,
I
yeah.
tried.
the
They say it's
super
not happening in
dangerous
no
sport.
other genres out
Broke
here.
that ice.
If you think about it, that's not happening in pop music, rock and roll,
so.
R&B. They say it's only happened to fucking hip hop artists, which is fucking weird. That's fucking weird.
Cause,
That's like what?
people want the clout of saying, yeah, I took out a nigga that was hot.
So,
Honestly, if I had to
Paulo
speculate
tells me
really
you
deeply,
flew.
I would say
Well, that's new.
I would say
busting
they
my
gang
balls trying to learn to
affiliated,
read.
and then
You're
how they
all
came
fun.
up, somebody
Don't worry.
somewhere is like, fuck that nigga,
You can handle
you
soon.
know, he
Yeah,
ain't down for the crew, he got his shit and he moved on, and
yeah,
this, that, and the other. So in my mind,
I guess silence is
you can
keeping to
either
himself, as
grow
usual.
up tough life,
I was
make it
hoping
as
you'd
a
give me an
rapper, and then move
excuse
the
to
fuck
hammer
on
his
like
sorry
Boosie.
ass to the ground.
Or you can take the young
Please
thug
don't.
route,
You telling me you
grow up,
wouldn't want to get
get
just one
on,
good hit
put
on
all
that
your money back
smug
into
face of his
the failing
after
business that
everything
is
he's
your
done?
gang, and then
Sure.
end up in a RICO case.
Later. Right now, he's got
Or
something
third
in mind.
option, because I thought about this shit last night. You can take the Drake route, say that you the best, but not clarify that
Well,
you
you know
talk
where to
about
find me.
being a fucking pop artist.
Mhm.
Because I was thinking about that
Mhm.
conversation we all had where, him and Kendrick go back and forth talking about who the best is, and in my head I'm like, well, maybe this nigga really does think he's the best, but he's just not clarifying on purpose which category he falls into when he's talking about being the best. Because Drake, worldwide, yes, I probably would give him being the better artist. He does the
Yep.
numbers. He
Yep.
makes all the hit songs.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yep.
I ain't never seen a bitch say they don't want to have his kids unless they just are like
Have you talked to any of our new
really
friends?
repulsed by him.
Aaron and I tried speaking to Silence.
Kendrick,
No,
on the
that,
other hand,
Apparently,
no, go ahead.
Kendrick, on the other hand, is
tribal
like
prattle
everybody's
is
favorite
unnecessary.
rapper. I've yet to really meet a person who say they don't really fuck with Kendrick like that, and if they do, they got
Ready
some
to head
weird
over
ass
to the
reason,
Zenith base?
you know.
What
Cause
The
I
only person I really hear say that is
Willing to
like females.
right,
I hear females say that shit.
Thoughts
which
on our
is
new
inconsequential to me because
acquaintance?
it's like
Yeah.
the music probably wasn't meant for you no way. But he makes good hits, but I would say those hits stay with you longer
Definitely
than Drake's.
different.
And then
Yeah, because Kendrick's
Yeah.
more
I have
relatable.
to go.
I've
Right.
always said that about
trust
him.
Of
you to
course.
keep things civil
And
around
then
here.
I would say he's one of the greatest rappers, if not the greatest rapper alive.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Whereas Drake's probably one of the greatest artists alive,
Yes.
just because of sales. And it was crazy to me is that we as the consumers of all this shit will go back and forth and be like, nah, that is not great or whatever. I can name like 10 niggas that come before him. Shit, I could probably name 20. This is me channeling my viz right here. But when I hear
Talking about
people
better than Drake.
yeah, but when I
Okay,
hear
yeah.
people talk like that, it like the logic part of my brain kicks in super hard, and I'm just like, but this nigga like has the number one single for so many weeks, or he may have like the most played song for so many weeks, and then like those same people will just hit me with the, oh bro, they pay folks to play their song and shit like that. I'm just like, come on, bro, you can't have an answer for every goddamn thing. Like,
and this is the thing, when niggas talking about running up the numbers on streaming,
yeah,
I don't think about Drake. I mean, Rich, no, I don't think about Drake. Drake's not doing that. I just don't see that for him, because that wouldn't happen every time he put out something. Like,
right.
no, like, and then, perfect example. Honestly, never mind, which I thought was trash. That shit didn't do no numbers,
right?
Because that shit was garbage.
Right.
Like, which proves that they know that shit ain't fake.
I don't even think they played Jimmy Cooks on the radio like that.
Jimmy Cooks is the hit off that project. That's the hit off of it. But honestly, never mind to not do numbers, because ain't no fucking Drake ain't buying no streaming numbers. Not that nigga. Not him. Like, no. Yeah, nigga. Everybody know who Drake is. Everybody listen to that nigga. Niggas you just gonna have to accept it.
Right.
Everybody listen to that nigga. Like, everybody. You should some of the people I saw talk about that Drake 21 Savage album. That's way more than I've seen people talk about any other album that came out this year, because it's Drake. That's why. You should some of them people trash. Honestly, never mind.
Oh,
like
man.
I saw that everywhere.
And what's crazy is he got a line on Her Loss where he talks about that.
Yeah,
talks about,
I heard it.
Can't remember verbatim what it says, but it's something. I think it was something like, I'm a worldwide artist. I really think it was what we thought it was. Him just testing the waters to see if he could tap into another genre.
I'll be ready when you call.
So
Very hard it was.
now in my head I'm listening to Her Loss, and I'm thinking of Black Panther 1. Is this your king?
Yeah.
I just be like, is this what you want from me?
That's probably that's probably another reason why Her Loss went so hard, because of that honestly never mind bullshit. Like,
Right.
he had to see that bad reception. He was like, damn, people ain't really fucking
He
with
seems
this.
happy with it.
And he got in Car 21. He was like, yo, we gotta let's do this project, dog. 21 probably was like, alright.
Haven't seen you since
And
the ball
21
at the
pushed that
Grove.
nigga to.
How are
I
you
guess
doing?
we'll transition to her loss now. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing, bro. Like this album right here is. When I tell you this was one of my favorite Drake projects in a while,
I
dog.
guess.
Oh
In
yeah.
a while. And I've listened to this album a lot. Like,
bruh, the 3 songs I go back to are Rich Flex.
great intro.
Hey, yeah, and I feel like he did this shit on purpose because it's like you'll get to the beginning, partway to the middle, and then like the end. So it's Rich Flex, Spin About You, Hours in Silence. I like the Beat on Circle Loco. I like Broke Boys, and one of the last 3 songs had a beat that like it was good, but I wasn't really listening to the lyrics. And then one of these songs, I don't know if it's my car, but one of these songs has like this sharp sound effect in the middle of it,
Your
like
people
as
keep
the
mentioning
intro,
wings
not
at
the intro, but
10.
as the hook is like
What
playing,
exactly does it mean?
and it almost, I'm assuming it's on purpose, but the way it sounds, it sounds like somebody fucked up the mastering.
oh,
You know what I'm talking about? You know what song I'm talking about?
I don't know the song.
But you
'cause I ain't
know
listened
what I'm talking about.
I think I could guess.
I gotta.
You said fuck me, and I was like, cool. Man, being real was a crime. I be doing
Nope,
life.
not that one.
It will never be forgotten.
Get that prep on. Thank my heart.
Tell me.
Cause he shoot without thinking. Baptize a nigga, send him home. Baby, let's go make a
I can only
her drive. Walk around like Prince, cause I got a lot of.
What is it?
Demon rockin' bitch is my fave. I'ma gon' beat it. These niggas got me fucked up, dog. I'm too amped.
I cannot find the song right now, but
You'll hear it again. Just let me know. Cause you're not gonna stop playing this album no time soon.
Oh,
Like,
fuck no.
this shit's great. Like this
Hell
shit is not getting
no.
old. I'm not tired of it yet, nigga. Like
man.
I know it just came out Friday, but still, like no. Nah, this is one of my
But
favorite projects this year, bro.
only thing I wish, and I think this is so stupid. Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe they did change it. When the album came out, first thing I did was click on them little 3 dots so that I could read the lyrics. And I was so mad because I was like, bro, where the fuck the lyrics at? Because my brain.
It don't be that day one.
Yo, I was finna get mad and make a post on Facebook about this shit. I was like, look, if you're a popular rapper and you put your songs on iTunes, either you or iTunes need to have the fucking lyrics ready to go. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
y'all like still rendering?
Yeah, the lyrics don't be there. Like it didn't depend on how big the album is, cause like the lyrics just don't be there like the night of it, like the day. Like for I think for this album it was the day after. But if it's not like a
nah, it definitely wasn't the day after,
album,
bro. It definitely wasn't the day after.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it wasn't the day after because I the night you told me about it, I was riding around on equipment and I was listening to it, and then I was like, damn, let me go to break real quick so I can listen to these songs. Didn't see it then. So then the next night came, and I got in the car to go to work, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna see if I can see the lyrics as I'm driving. Nope. I said, what the fuck? So I don't know, man. But
I guess you want to get this shit right. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how that worked, man.
But there are certain songs like there's a line on Kanye's damn, what is that Kanye song? I love it so much. On Donda. Let me see if I can pull that up. I think it's 24 Hours. It's a line on that song, and when he speaks, I can't understand what he's saying. So, I know. Okay, so here you go.
Gotta make it right for you left. Gotta make it right before you. Everybody wanna
So when he says never the right time to go, the next line is literally like a dash, and it says right time to go because you can't really see what you can't really understand what he's saying.
Got the right time to go. Never the right. Got the right time to go. Never the.
Like like there's a difference between him saying
Never the right time to go.
versus him saying.
Got the right time to go.
And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What did you like? Did you have
don't even know what he's saying right now.
the lyric doesn't know what he's saying right there. And in my head,
he probably
nigga had a goof while he was speaking and said, "I'm not finna edit this out.
I'm not finna edit this. Nope. I'm gonna keep this in here. That would have me. He's like, I'm gonna keep this in here.
Oh my goodness! But it's
damn, I didn't even notice that.
Man, trust me, when you listen to headphones, like you told me, bro, when you listen to headphones, you hear a whole lot more about a song. And I
you
make
do,
that.
Man. That's what I'm trying to tell people, bro.
Yeah, I make that part of my rotation.
I still tell people that, yeah. Nigga, playing Her Lost, nigga, with headphones on. Yo, that shit.
God, that bass.
That's, nigga,
Oof.
the production.
Oof.
That production on that album is fucking great, dog.
Who's the artist
so
behind this
good,
shit?
man.
Please tell me.
The production, it's a whole bunch of producers. It's a whole bunch of them. Like,
Damn, okay.
I know one thing, though. When I would listen to the album, mind you, every song was coming on, I was like, yo, I like this song, I like this, I like every one of these songs coming on.
Yeah,
nigga, okay.
Music and the lyrics match.
When they got to that Metro Boomin beat, when I tell you I got hype, nigga.
Wait, which one was that?
That More M's.
Oh man.
When that beat came on, and somebody yelled out Metro, I said, oh shit. I was like, nigga, that nigga's back. And when I tell you that beat sounds so fucking evil, nigga. Horror. That shit sounds like a horror movie, dog. I heard that right there, and I was like, nigga, let's go. I heard that beat right. That shit sound like a fucking murderer, like a murderer is chasing you right now, and you trying to get away from that nigga, dog. I love this nigga Metro, dog. I love this nigga beats, bro.
This is the Freddy versus Jason versus Michael Myers murder montage.
Yes, bro. When I tell you, nigga, I heard the Metro and I was like, and that song was like deep in the album. So I was like,
yes.
I was like, nigga, Metro Boomin
Yeah,
I was like, Metro Boomin gotta be on this bit, cause that nigga been missing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No, he been going through, personal stuff, about his mom and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was glad just to hear that he was like, back, at making beats again. And I heard that Metro part, and I heard that beat. I said this shit sounded like it's gonna be evil, and it was. Then that beat is so haunting, bro. I said Metro Boomin, dog. That nigga's different with these beats, man. He'll make a beat sound so fucking evil, bro. Yeah, but overall the project is really good, man. My favorite Drake project in a long time, bro. I haven't played a Drake album this much or went back to an album this much in a while, bro. And I've been going back to this album so much. I was trying to figure out, like, I was like, what makes this different for me?
21.
It's him. He's a great addition. But I was impressed by Drake on this motherfucker, cause like this album sounds like to me like he was trying to prove himself. It sounded like he sounded more energized, different flows, even the bars I was catching.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying like no corny, simple shit. It was like sometimes I'll catch a bar he said, I was like, oh shit, that's kind of that was fucking clever. He just sounded more like he wanted. This sounded like he wanted to make this. Like this was something. Like I don't know, that last album was so received so bad. He was like, oh hell no, like he did like the Eminem.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you think you pulled an Eminem?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The last time I received so bad, he was like, I gotta prove these niggas. Like, nah, I'm still that nigga. And he went into his energy into this project was like, I'm finna prove to the world, like, I'm still that nigga.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get when this album, man. Like, I'm telling you, the production sounds so fucking clean. The way he was doing the rapping, he was mostly rapping, but when he gets into the singing, it matches. It just never felt out of place. It just
was he always a
the making of this album just sounded like it was just way more just tight. It like him and 21. I don't know if 21 did this to this. I don't know what it was, but this Drake on this album is a Drake that I missed, and I was like, this nigga I like right here. And then the nigga was just straight. And then this thing, like, we don't get to that Megan Thee Stallion shit, but it's so fun to me that nigga that where women point out that line. But the shit that he's saying throughout the project, that nigga's mean the entire project. If you really listen to what that nigga said, that nigga is mean the entire project.
And you know why? You know why people are mad? Because it's still some believe all women ass bitches out here, and it's still some he's attacking women people out here who just feel like he wrong for what he doing. I'm like, damn.
And this is the thing too, like, I remember hearing that lyric on that song, and my mind didn't go to the Tory Lane shit. My mind went to, not her getting shot. My mind went to like ass shots. That's what I thought he was talking about. I didn't think he was talking about her getting shot. I thought he was saying like
the next lyric say something about her ass.
Yeah, it's like the line is like she lying about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. Something about she didn't even get the joke, but she's still laughing. That's them the 4 bars he said right there. Like, so when I heard that line, I was like, oh, we talking about a bitch getting ass shots, but lying about it, but she say she's still a stallion.
I mean, wait a minute, wait. You mean tell me this woman has a big ass without ass shots, and she lied about getting ass shots?
Yeah, he basically called that woman who act like they never had ass shots, but they have had it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, why the fuck would you lie about that?
Yeah, but see,
I would very much like to see
you know, people. Okay, now people want to be fucking hip hop lyrical readers and be like, oh, it's a double entendre with her lying about
like
getting shot.
It has to be. It has to be by default because people thought of it. If people didn't think about it, then I would be like, nah, I never would have thought that. You know, I'd have been in your camp. But because that's how I heard it, that's how I received it. My brain is more like, oh, okay, that's clever. You know, not.
No, it's a clever bar.
Wrong. You know,
it's a clever bar, but I didn't feel like he was. That's the other thing. Like, that's what I mean by hip hop, man. Hip hop is.
No, he perished.
It's just that's just what it is.
It's warfare.
Like until and it's not like motherfuckers ain't been saying that about Megan anyway. Cause some niggas out here think she's lying about what happened. She claims she's not, and she the one that went off that night. She went off that night the album came out too, which I thought was fucking funny. Cause I was like, goddamn, like was she also playing that at midnight, and it got to that song, and she was like, what the fuck up? Wait a minute now. And she went the fuck off on Twitter.
Hey, what if it was like some silent angry type shit, and then you get to that part and be like,
her father
had Drake, I'm lost his motherfucking line. Hey, give me my phone so I can go on live real quick.
Yeah.
Like, man.
The only thing I disagree with her on the tweets though, cause I did read what she said. It's that clout shit. I was like, nigga, no,
she
Drake.
She said,
about niggas like niggas do it for clout. That's the only part I didn't agree with. Cause I was like, nigga, Drake ain't say that line for no damn clout. And no, that's Drake.
She was her
no. Honestly, it's weird because I don't know why. Because I want to come off like I'm defending him for saying that line. It's the line is kind of weird that he said that because I'm like, I don't understand. Like nobody around him was like, bro, you probably shouldn't say that line because I mean this is like still an open case and it's still going on today. We don't know who's been proven innocent or guilty yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, the case is not over, bro. Like they still discussing this.
Yeah, but I think there was a reason why people said they felt like she was lying. Oh well,
there's a reason why people think. Yeah, there's a reason why people think she's lying.
We think that she's lying because nigga Tory has said shit about it. And honestly, when I think about it, if I put myself in his shoes and shit went down and she's trying to say that I shot her, I honestly feel like it would make it worse for me to say, even if I know I didn't do it, I feel like it would make it worse for me to say I did not do this. Like she's lying because I would have to provide proof, and that's the other reason why I can't wholeheartedly say he didn't do it, because if I had undeniable proof, you bet your fucking ass I'd be on every social media platform just being like, nah, this. But once it becomes a court case, you probably can't just disclose all of that. So in the long term, I feel like he has probably made the right decision from a legal standpoint. You know, keep all that
I'll
shit in
admit
house,
that bothers me,
wait
but
for the trial,
That's
regardless
and when
of how it
discovery happens, you
functions,
present forth
I
the
am
evidence
confident it will
and go from
deactivate the
there.
other shields on
that's
Let
why
your
it's gonna
lawyer do the
be.
work.
Many of them are in the base.
It's
10,
gonna be something like when this
including
shit
Eric
finally
and
gets
Gerard.
like settled.
Only a
Yeah,
handful
let's say this
survived
nigga
our
get
ship
proven
when the
innocent,
colony collapsed.
and like that's gonna be. I can't wait to see what people say.
Why do you
If
think
if he gets off this shit,
away?
and they really prove that it
I've
wasn't
wondered
him,
that for 1,000
Yeah.
years.
that means because she
was
flat out said
right.
he did it. Like
Yeah.
she flat out said that shit.
And I'm
She
pretty
cared so
sure there's
deeply for
gonna
the
be
world,
like
for the betterment of
jail time for
humanity.
that, you know, because
If he gets
that's
proven
false
guilty, hell
accusations.
yeah. Well, oh yeah, that's true too.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
thinking of false
She
accusations.
never
Of course,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna go to jail if he gets proven guilty.
I
But
think
you shot a
Yeah.
person.
in
But
the end, she had
you know, if it's
a core
self-inflicted,
that she never let anyone be
man,
part of.
can you imagine shooting yourself
Sometimes
in
I
the
wonder
foot
if
to
anyone
blame
ever
somebody
knew.
else and the shit don't work? Like, damn, you went through all that pain
Found
for
a
nothing.
recording of you and Elizabeth.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Someone's attempt to stop
Like it's just not worth it. If the nigga dumped you, he just fucking dumped
Most
you.
unpleasant
Like live with
Mhm.
it. Damn,
She-
you don't never hear no
But
nigga talk about some
something
man. Fuck that bitch,
after the
man.
call.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
shoot her in the
She
fucking
regretted
foot.
how things ended.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the fucking foot and say she did it to me. Like, what nigga you ever heard of come up with? Like, niggas go after the person. They don't go after themselves to get to the person. That's on some, what Jay-Z say? Cut your nose off to spite yourself or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
Man.
but
But,
yeah, it is funny to me that like women got mad about that line, but they didn't get mad about none of the
What did you
other
make the
shit
data
that Dre
chain
said
look
on that
like your
motherfucker.
house?
Like he said some mean shit. Like
I mean,
he said some clever shit too about he was like I spent $500,000
a safe place, not
on
just
women.
for
I'm a
me,
feminist. I
but
remember he
for the
said that. I
art
thought that was
stored in
hilarious.
its depths.
Or when he
Yeah.
said like
Incalculable value.
he was like I could
Truly,
talk about
some of the
you,
greatest achievements of human
but if I
civilization.
seen you that guest verse, you'll still take it or something. If I seen you the song, you'll still do it. It was some shit he said. I was like, this nigga out here like really
Technical.
is talking his shit.
I thought if she could
Who is this?
Which
Vermeer and
Dre was saying this on that her lost project. He was just saying these type of lines that that,
Oh,
other
I mean,
people, that people
but-
won't really catch it.
But it makes sense though because, and I seen this on a relationship type video.
I'm sorry.
Buddy said, this is the same example I gave you about me and Essence, but Buddy basically said, even if you try to tell your woman something constructive in a nice way, because it's still criticism, they're always gonna take it like you're being mean or like you're being aggressive or like you're attacking them. And
I'm not proud of it.
when Drake says that, I wholeheartedly understand where he's coming from, because people, like people as a whole, don't know. Not everybody can take constructive criticism. Not at all. Especially when you know you done put your heart and soul in it. They go back to what Vez said about his rap. You know, when he, you know, he said, you know, I'm like Erykah Badu, my nigga. I'm sensitive about my shit. I'm like, I feel you. Same way I feel about my poetry. But anything that you make of your own volition with your own two hands, you have to be able to accept criticism about, because if you aren't, nothing you make will ever be great, because you're gonna be in this echo chamber of, oh, this is how I want it to be, or this is that, or this is this, or whatever the case may be, you know. And then
Maybe we can make it happen.
you know, even with damn, I'm losing my train of thought for a minute because I'm reading subtitles. But even with me and like my stories, like I think if somebody who's in like the movie industry read some of the shit that I've like drafted up, they would probably have so much to say as far as changing this or changing that. But I get high off the fact that when motherfuckers like read my shit and they tell me, oh, this kind of feels like I was watching a movie for a minute, even though I'm reading words on a paper, like shit like that kind of like blows my mind, because I'm like, damn, you really feel like that? Like somebody I talk to but I don't really fuck with like that, you know, that type of shit does something to somebody. So when you have nothing but like yes people, that'll fuck you up more than having somebody who's gonna raise their hand and be like, no. Like, I would rather have somebody, like, don't get me wrong, having too many people that's constantly telling you no, that shit will make you feel like, oh, that nigga's just hating, or they sabotaging, or whatever the case may be. But you know, if you have at least one or two people to say, you know, hey, that's like not a good thing, or I put it like this. Let's say you had pictures of a certain someone that you like, and you had like ass shots of her, right? She just decided to send you ass shots, and she like did some shit to piss you off, and all of a sudden you talking to me and the boys talking about some, man, I ought to send this shit to her parents and be like, look at what your sweet ass daughter's up to with that sweet ass ass. I'd be like, bro, no, what? I was like, I would definitely be like, talk this shit out, nigga. What the fuck? But
oh, nigga, no, don't do that.
right, but there are people who think like that, you know. So I don't know. I mean, she could just go a lot of ways. So him saying that line, you know, he's right. It won't matter if he had sent you the song beforehand or just dropped it. You'd have still felt some way about it. Whether it's negative or positive, he's taking a route of, I'm just gonna put this shit out there and not give a fuck, because if I gave a fuck, nobody would be hearing this.
We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them.
You think Dre said this line on the song? Remember he said this line and it was like, I'm gonna put this out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You think he forgot that he said it?
About Megan? Fuck no, that nigga knew exactly what he was doing. And if somebody asked him, I'm pretty sure he gave the same exact example that you did. Oh, well, you know, people always talk about how fake her ass is, so, you know, I was just saying, you know, she lying about the shots. But, you know, and then that one person, and then that one person that's like you is like, but you realize she literally got shot, and there's like an open case about a nigga who supposedly shot her in the foot. He'd probably fucking pull a page out of my book and be like, oh, word? That shit's still open?
Yeah.
I'd have been like, damn, but it's such a good line, though. And everybody'd be like, I know.
Yo, that I ain't gonna lie, that double entendre was nice. That shit was nice.
Cause do niggas attack Eminem when he do this shit?
Oh, that's that's what I'm saying. Like you, that's why I look at hip hop as a thing. Cause I mean I listen to Eminem and he attacked left and right. And I give him a fuck.
Right. And what happened to that nigga? Not a goddamn thing.
Not a thing.
Man,
and that's the thing. I feel like if he did it, that's a thing though. I've always felt like if he did it today, it would be
more.
It would be because everybody's so fucking sensitive now.
Man,
you can't do that. You can't do that now.
I don't know. I feel like he's kind of somewhat gotten back there.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I mean the man is a legend. I mean the man just got indebted to that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, after I think the second rapper after Jay-Z, and he just got indebted like this past weekend. The nigga's legendary
Rock and
status.
Roll Hall of Fame. Why is it not like hip hop or rap or rap Hall of Fame?
I haven't done a deep dive into like how I don't know how that works. I just know it's rare for a rapper to get in there. It's super rare. And I know Jay-Z did it, and now Eminem just got in there this past weekend. I think he got to be voted in or some shit like that. But aside from that, like Drake, yeah, I do agree. He definitely heard this line and still put it out there, which I guess is him saying that I guess he don't believe in either. But you know, it's just it's just the fact that people attacked him and then you know he never did say anything. He didn't say nothing like at all. So this is album drop. He didn't say a word. Aside from the performances on SNL and stuff, but he's not talking about that line at all.
I probably wouldn't. Shit.
I probably wouldn't either. And that's the thing in his mind. I'm gonna be real with you, man. In his mind, it might be he might be thinking these bitches can playing all they want. They gonna still play that shit.
Right.
That's probably what his mind is. His mindset is.
Man, I put it like this. If you threw on that control verse right now, no matter what that nigga Kendrick says, niggas are still gonna be like, damn, that was some good ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just had a conversation with
I'll do my best
with a girl today, and I had to tell her, if a person gives a fuck about your weight, you have to determine whether or not they telling you out of the kindness of their heart, or if they real life trying to like shame you. If they feel like it's a health concern, why would you get mad at them about that? if they're real live telling you, hey, I am concerned, you know, why would you get mad at that? Like, men don't get mad at that. Men need to say, men will either work on it or they won't work on it and die.
We're finally doing it.
Exactly.
Especially if it's a health
I'd be off on a
concern.
mission to take down a bunch of immortals.
Like,
from the stars.
like I know somebody at my job who passed away because they had a drinking problem, and that's it. That's it. Like, they were in a hospice.
Planning the Carja's ultimate
And I read that word again because I think it was you who told me what that actually meant. But when I read hospice, I was like,
I promise.
Hospice? Don't that mean hospital? And then, you know, reading that, I was like, oh shit, I remember what this is. So people, I don't know, people got to be better on taking constructive criticism, because sometimes, you know, the knee-jerk reaction is, I'm telling you something about yourself, so now you feel like you have to tell me something about myself. And when you do that out of the blue, just because I said it to you, it looks like you're attacking out of you know, anger or whatever. And I say this too, rap to me is the most dangerous sport in the world, because it is rap is synonymous with war to me, because
I guess we never got around to it.
you got some rappers like 50 who don't give a fuck and will talk about you. Rappers like Eminem who don't give a fuck. Eminem is the artist in war who will talk about you out loud and behind your back, but it'll still be out loud. It's just behind your back, because when he says it, you won't realize he's talking about you.
Save my butt with those specters.
Because he's that lyrical. Whereas Eminem, you know, fuck you, your mama, your boyfriend, I'll kill that little dirty ass boy you got, your grandma, your granddad, all of that. Like, that's 50. But then you got niggas, in my opinion, like Drake, who, you know, they throw shots, but they ain't, you know, they more like got a slingshot on a rock versus like a AK-47 worth of bars.
Yeah, that's Drake. Cause they say, you know, he was dissing. They say he dissed a couple of folks. Like, they say he dissed what's that girl name? What's that rapper name? Ice Spice or some shit like that.
Do not know about her.
Okay. Well, it wasn't nothing important. They said somebody dissed her. They say he dissed Kanye again, which people thought was weird because they just did that concert, that Larry Hoover concert.
How he dissed Kanye?
They said a line about
fighting machines in a pit.
only did the shit with you because of fucking, what's that man name? The man that told him not to diss that guy between him and Pusha T.
I know what you're talking about.
I forgot his name.
Something Childs? Jay Childs? No.
Something like that. And he says that in the album, and he's referencing the Kanye thing. Like, I only got back with you because he wanted us to, or some shit like that. Kanye responded to that, but it was more like in a peaceful way. It wasn't like nothing crazy. He going through a lot right now anyway, so. And then
he said, I can't devote my time and energy to this bullshit, but best believe I did hear you, my boy.
Right. And then the other diss I saw, he dissed Serena Williams' husband. Called a nigga a groupie.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause
how
know they say Drake. That's the part I don't get. And he responded too on Twitter, but he really gave a really the husband did. Yeah.
God damn. How's he a groupie though? Like,
that's the part I don't understand. I was like, do you talking about this girl? This woman's husband, bro? Like, I don't. That's the one I didn't understand.
If anything, I'd have waited until she got to the height of her career and been like, irreconcilable differences.
Right. Yeah, that one right there threw me off. I was like, this nigga Drake calling this woman husband a groupie?
Like, that's super random to me.
I think this was honestly random.
I feel like he just want to fuck Serena Williams and he's trying to split them up.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing, though. You know, they actually dated before.
Drake and
they actually
Serena?
were together. Yeah, Drake and Serena Williams were
Why
together.
the fuck? Why are they not together now?
Was a story best
Oh, we don't never know. You know, Drake began with these women.
Bruh, you know what? You know what?
You We never what happened. This nigga dated Rihanna. We don't know what
After
happened with that.
yo, after we do the 2 hour, after we do the 2 hour review, the first 2 hours for Ragnarok, we gotta compile a list of all the bitches this nigga done dated. And I just want to speculate as to why the fuck this shit didn't work out.
I don't know why people don't be seeing, like, this goes back to how I believe that nigga got a problem. I've been saying that for years. That nigga got a problem.
But you know what? I can hear Vez saying right now. Oh, I know that nigga problem. The nigga like dick.
He would. I was like, nigga, oh man.
I'm gonna be in this bitch like you wrong as fuck, bro.
Yeah. I was joking about it too. I was like, that's that shit Push T said that he had on that nigga, but I ain't want to say on that first diss track. That nigga said, I got more on you, nigga, if you respond back.
Man, can you imagine if you sold that shit to like the highest bidder, to like a rapper who don't give a fuck? And you know it's scary, and I hate to put this nigga in this category with him, but I feel like part of the reason why Drake and 21 make such great music is because I feel like their morals are aligned, like the way they do shit. Now I don't know if 21 be lying or not about the shit that he actually do or has been through, you know, in his raps and shit. But if he is, that nigga would go right along with this motherfucker Drake.
Yeah. And 21 Savage like got Drake to really come out and like on this album not give a fuck.
Yeah, when you said that he made this nigga
to be honest, I think we both were.
When you say he made the nigga work hard on this album, I didn't know what you meant until I heard one of these songs, and this shit was, it felt like this nigga was rapping forever.
Looking at it.
And I was just, and I was like, bro, is this what the fuck he meant?
It's that solo track, probably that, something about the ocean.
And Jumbotron shit popping?
Not that one, he ain't rapping, that's on short.
Oh, Middle of the Ocean.
Middle of the Ocean. That's the one. No, he raps for a long time on there.
Man.
Just no hook or nothing. No hook or nothing, bro. Yeah, and he had some lines in that motherfucker too, man. I was like, that's when I was like, yo, Drake. Like, all jokes aside, like that nigga impressed me on this album, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I don't know what it was. Like I said, I don't know if it was Honestly Nevermind, was trash, and then he had to prove niggas that he still got it, or was it like 21 Savage pushed him to do better?
I can hear this nigga Vez now. Oh nah, he just hired a better ghostwriter. That's all.
Yeah, I know that. Yep, that's what he would say too. That's what he would say.
That shit. Yeah, this album is it's pretty dope.
It's really good, man. Really good. Really my favorite trash, like you said, I gotta put Rich Flex in there.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at track listing. I know Pussy in Millions is what I definitely replayed. That song, man.
I got a conspiracy with that song, bro. That beat. Okay. That beat sounds like a song off of Kendrick's album. Cause it sounds like that song where the girl is singing, when you slipping and falling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just.
It's the beat too. It's the production.
Yeah.
It's like the flows.
What was the name of that song that I just referenced on Kendrick Lamar's album?
Count Me Out.
Count Me Out. All right. Please tell me you hear it. Like it sounds.
No, I can't hear the similarity.
Yeah. That's just a little scary, but that's just me.
Yeah. So yeah, Pussy Millions. I be having it repeat, and then Travis Scott's on the feature on the album. That nigga added so much to that song to me. I love the way the nigga comes in and he just adds to that song.
Really
elevates the song for me. Back Outside Boys. I really like that shit. Birds That Broke Bulls was good. More M's for the Metro beat. Spin About You, yeah, I like that one too.
I wish I could see like the stars on the side of the song, because I don't know if it'll show me here.
I never thought I'd get to
But
actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old?
But yeah,
yeah.
no, good project, man. Good job, Drake.
Yeah.
Good job, 21. Good job.
Moving on.
Inside the Xenos base.
So yeah,
I'm not
Shang-Chi
afraid.
got under
I
fire
know Katala
from
will
sensitive
fulfill
ass
his
people
duty
because
as why.
when
If we die
they were
doing
at the
so,
release for
at least it'll be alongside a
Wakanda
friend.
Forever, he said something. I think I deleted the web page because I just spent like all day yesterday like sleeping and listening to some of these web pages that I have opened up for the articles. And if I recall correctly, it was the fact that he said Chadwick Boseman's death hit him personally, as if to say he knew him on that level. I mean, I don't know if he did, but you know, the fact that he said that in conjunction with
I don't know.
something along the
The more I
lines of
think about
following
it,
his
the more
footsteps,
worried I become.
and
If I go
the way
back,
I perceive
don't
that
even
whole
know if
statement
they'll let me
was,
keep this focus you gave me.
he
Or will
wants
they
to
do
be
me
the
for what is
Chadwick
clearly
Boseman for
forbidden data.
his race,
Even if I somehow
not as like a
duties
whole.
as
That's
a
how I
Westerner,
perceived it. That's how
I
I
have been
took it.
willing to let
But
the
you know, these
truths I've
sensitive ass
learned about my
people
ancestors be
fucking
buried
hear
away
this
by
shit
the
talking about some,
Earth years.
bruh, you
Will I
comparing
dare
yourself to
challenge
Chadwick
them
Boseman?
and
Like,
risk
what
my
the
family's
fuck?
safety?
Like,
Or
People,
and
man.
right, and it just it blows my mind how people can be just so negative, just super negative.
Should be enough of a
It's,
distraction to
yeah,
Xenos for
that's
me to
really
hack
what
into their
social
network
media
undetected.
is. Really, it
You'll
really
have to be
is.
quick,
It
in
really
case
is,
they do.
bro. Like,
what exactly do
just
you
nothing but
expect me to
negativity. Like,
find?
you can't even, like, it sounds like to me, like, he didn't say nothing wrong.
The truth.
Right.
And then you got people online getting mad about it. Like, yeah, I mean, if you want to be the Black Panther
What's
for his
this
people,
Federa
cool.
you mentioned?
Right.
It's not a lot of representation, you know, representation for his people in these Marvel movies. You know, Shang-Chi was really good to me.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he's getting a sequel.
Oh man, that fight was fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
Jump
So, yeah,
into
that's cool.
do I have any more TV show news? I don't think I have any more TV show news.
Oh, did you watch Werewolf by Night?
No, I didn't. I
was
did
smart of
not.
her.
I did not.
Okay, he
won't
definitely
do
talk
it.
about that when you see it.
Okay.
I don't know about
No, real
I
quick.
do.
I did it really enjoy it. That's all I'm gonna say. I was pleasantly
I need to
surprised.
get going.
Really?
I was like, yo, this is really good. Yeah,
I mean, if I
really
wasn't,
good.
if Horizon Zero, if you didn't force me to fucking finish Horizon Zero Dawn, I probably would have been watching it because I stopped midway through an episode of fucking Andor just to fucking get back on this bitch. I said, you know what, I'm not that tired. But
where you at though? You gotta be. You're right there at the end.
Man, I hope so, because if all I had to do was just side quests, I would hella more enjoy that.
thought you
But let
said
me
the
tell
weapon was
you,
ready.
while we talking about this game,
There's always room to optimize.
my guy,
But that's not why we're here.
I have the ability to fly a fucking Sunwing now.
That mission I didn't want to tell you, but like that's the one I was like, yo, this game
Man, and it is liberating.
I love it, nigga.
Like,
I love it.
but it's also fucking dangerous because it's not a lot of places for me to like safely get off the fucking
Tell me about the weapon.
Sunwing. So I'm going to look for, you know, green shine, green slab, or whatever fuck you want to call it, the chunks. One of them I already just knew was just in a high place. I'm getting closer to this bridge. I think it's San Francisco Bridge. Tell me why there's a fucking Falcon Zord on the top of that bitch. I said, oh no, how did they expect me to get this shit and not fight this nigga? So I ended up dying, not to the Stormbird or whatever, but because when I hopped off the Sunwing,
so your big plan.
I fell to my death.
Been manipulated for the last few months.
And I just was like, damn it.
You take out the goddamn glide?
You learned about the
I didn't have time to.
Okay.
I didn't have time to because the way I fell like into the bridge, and
to get the Tanakhs
I couldn't grapple onto anything,
rather the sons of Prometheus.
and I just was like,
fuck.
And I just, it was so hilarious in the moment, but it was just like, damn it. And then, like, I spent probably an hour in total trying to get more materials to like increase pouches and bow capacity. I was going to one place It was enclosed inside of some mountains, but it had like a river stream going down. So I'm walking up to it, and she doesn't say anything. You know how games like your character will notice shit before you do. She didn't notice the fucking I keep saying the stormbird. She didn't notice the stormbird in the sky, but you could see it as you walking up. So this entire time I'm thinking to myself, fuck, if I go into this clearing, is he gonna see me? Fuck, is he gonna see me? I really don't want him to see me. I feel like he's gonna see me, but he never saw me, and I was able to get what I was getting, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna avoid the fuck out of you. So then when I set a waypoint and I was on the Sunwing, I had to fly right by that nigga. Man, you know it's a Sunwing, 2 Thunderjaws, and a fucking Dreadwing in that whole vicinity. And I was, yes, and I'm like, bruh, why? Why is this a thing? Makes me want to go over there and override one of them, and then I don't know, hope they fuck each other up. So
those
but
with the Quinn I mentioned.
Callisto Protocol, I told you before we started streaming. Young put out a video. I didn't know Japan's ERSB version was so fucking strict. Like I know there are things they censor, but when he rattled off the names of the games that like people had to change in order to get sold in Japan, Last of Us was on. I think Last of Us Part 2 was on there. Either Last of Us Part 2, 1, or both. I can't really recall was on there. Grand Theft Auto, of course, was on there.
Why help
Um,
if you wanted an army, you
damn, it was something else.
Before Regala's
I can't remember the other games that was on there that he mentioned, but it was so crazy because he brought up the fact that, you know, Resident Evil comes out of Japan, it doesn't go into Japan. So, considering the version that we get of Resident Evil, my brain is like, bruh, how is this game as good as it is, but it sells pancakes, but it doesn't, like, I don't know. It baffles me because the report he was reading off of also stated that when games are sold the way they're intended, when they're sold because they were made the way they were made and they're kept that way, they actually sell more. And I'm just like, so what, y'all just being dickheads just for the fun of it? Like, I don't get it. So, but
no, you're right.
Detail?
But I like we discussed earlier, I also still maintain high hopes for this game. Also makes me tell myself never to get anything, you know, get the Japan version of something, because you know. Oh, Metal Gear Solid, that's what it was. Because you told me about that part where the dude had to eat the bomb out of the woman. He said stomach, but we both know what he was really grabbing. So that, I don't know, that whole situation, like I kind of feel bad for people in Japan now, you know, like I feel bad for gamers. What was the other thing?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram Tinker.
Was there another game?
Who escaped his failed It was trivial.
I don't think there was another game.
No, game has been pretty dry these days anyway. That's why I'm having a great time.
So I think this is gonna be a 1-round fight between God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring, because I think God of War Ragnarok is gonna knock it the fuck out the park.
God of War versus Elden Ring.
If Elden Ring's saving grace was simply the fact that it was an open world Souls game,
all right, Silence. I think I talked to you long enough.
I ain't gonna hold you. That is not gonna be enough. That is the equivalent. That is the equivalent of Frieza gaining his golden form and immediately going back to Earth to fight Goku.
I wonder if you understand.
Right. That's a good one.
Whereas,
it's weird.
Yeah.
No, it's weird because Elden Ring. So you know Metacritic, which people look at these days. So God of War Ragnarok got a 94.
Yeah.
Which is very, very fucking good for a game to have. Out of 100 and that's how I looked at it. It was like 111 reviews, something like that.
111 reviews.
That many gaming review sites or outlets are out here, which I didn't even know it was that many, but it is. And it had a 94 on Metacritic. Elden Ring has a 96, but it didn't have as many reviews as God of War Ragnarok, which I thought was weird. And the podcast I was listening to, the other podcast I was listening to, they thought that was weird too. Elden Ring only has like 80 something reviews.
Elden Ring has 80 something, and
God of War Ragnarok got like over 100.
But those 80 reviews, do they still
feeling about the mission?
Make it?
I do not know.
It still equates to like that
a
Metacritic
good
score.
rating.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it got a 96. But people been saying like the way God of War can beat Elden Ring is because of the story. Because Elden Ring doesn't have a story.
I mean, it's more. I feel like it's way more than that. Story, graphics, like.
No, it's way more than. But they said the trump card that God of War Ragnarok can have.
Oh.
Is that story is fire
man.
from beginning to end.
Yo, if that story is moving motherfuckers to tears like they say, I welcome it.
Nigga said in the first hour, nigga. I'm niggas crying in the first hour.
I want to be moved to tears. Make me cry.
I haven't because I haven't happened so long for a game. Like gaming, that's why I say games like God. That's rare, bro. Like in the first hour or two, I can't imagine what happens in the first hour, but I had people crying.
Right.
Like
side note, because I know I forgot something. Me and Essence saw that superhero pet movie with Superman and Crypto and the other dogs. Yeah, it was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Better check it out there.
Now that training time is over. What's on your mind?
But yeah,
I
that's the one thing they said is story. Because they said they doesn't have a story. That's the story there.
Saying that God of War's trump card is a story is like Goku fighting Android 19 and Piccolo says, "Did your calculations predict that he'd be a Super Saiyan?" And then he's like, "A super what?" And he just
perfect.
He just displays all of the story, and you're like,
perfect.
Oh,
perfect.
So,
but yeah. So what you gonna talk about? So what about God of War Ragnarok? What you gonna talk about? Like the reviews?
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen 2 reviews. I didn't click on it, but I think I saved it. It's a guy whose reviews I fucking love watching. His name is Luke Stevens. Stays out in Colorado.
Oh yeah, I've seen you sent me his stuff.
Yeah, so he has a video where it's like the skeptical review, and I'm like, bro, what? Like I didn't. Yeah, he said this about Ragnarok, and well, it wasn't. He didn't say it about Ragnarok, but that was the title, and I immediately, like, you know, the heart sinking feeling. I immediately felt that because my brain was just like, bruh, why?
The skeptical review?
Yeah. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm terrified to watch that video.
You're saving that till after you beat the game?
No, because it's spoiler free, but I want to watch it to know why he feels the way he feels. So.
Okay, that's different. I've not heard somebody talk. Well, honestly, with me, the way I did reviews for God of War Ragnarok, it was like IGN put out theirs, and I remember debating if I wanted to watch IGN's, man. I was debating if I wanted to watch any reviews.
Yeah, but you saw it.
And I watched. I remember like, and mild spoilers for what I'm about to say, because I ain't gonna talk about the IGN review. But if anybody watching that ain't seen the review, just mild spoilers.
Wait! I got you. Hold on, real quick, because fucking Screen Crush does this when they have damn, where is it? I've prepared for this very moment. God damn it! Okay. I can't fucking find it. It is a text tone that I have, and I swear on everything. Okay, so spoiler warning. Like when Screen Crush does theirs, it's like the Imperial. So whenever you're ready to talk about something spoilerish, that's your warning to know, hey, if you're hands free, you might want to look at the screen and press the fucking pause button. But yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna talk about the first 20 seconds of IGN's review. Once I saw Thor do what he do to Kratos, because I still don't want to say too much, but once I saw him do that, nigga, I almost thought the video right there. I'm gonna be real with you. I
feel you. I
was like, IGN, bruh. Like, come on, bruh.
For me, spoilers isn't so much what is being said, but also what's being shown. Because you could tell me about a fight, but you could omit when that fight happens. You could omit what that fight looks like. You could omit the outcome of that fight. If you just told me, oh yeah, the fight between Thor and Kratos, you know, it's insane, it's crazy, you know, that would be enough for me. But if you tell me the fight between Thor and Kratos at his house, I'm like, nigga,
no.
Why would you tell me it's at his house?
Yeah.
Now every time I go there, I'm gonna be on fucking edge because I'm gonna be like, this nigga could strike me in the back of the fucking skull with that fucking hammer.
Yeah. And then I get IGN was being clever, right? Because I get what they were trying to do. Because did you hear what Thor says before he does that?
I don't remember.
It's really quick, but he basically says like about time. He says that, so I just being clever. It's like about time. This game is finally out. We've been waiting on this game for a long time. I get what they're trying to say, but still, IGN, you can't, because I saw other people was, I ain't gonna say mad, but that was like, damn, IGN, like kind of showing a bit. It's like, and I guess an IGN mind, it was like, well, people know Kratos gonna fight Thor. That's the one thing they know.
Right.
So
but we don't want to
show
know
like a real small clip of.
Right.
No, don't show me nothing. Show me what's always been shown.
Right. I'm not trying to see
the only clip I've seen was the end of that second trailer, the most recent trailer, when Kratos throws his axe and Thor throws his hammer to each other, and the trailer ends right there. That's it. I know that happens.
Oh yeah.
But don't show me the actual. That looks like the beginning. That looked like the beginning of the fight right there.
Right, but even then it didn't look like. Even then, it didn't look like it took place in the same spot.
Exactly. So then you'll think about that, put that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't do that. Aside from that moment, I was watching that review and not at the same time, and I was like, I don't think I saw anything crazy. Cause that review is kind of in my head now. I only watched it or listened to it once, and I haven't been back to it.
Same.
And and I think they might have showed Odin for a second, and I was like, IGN, no. I was like, why would you?
That's what somebody else said.
Yeah, why would you show, like, don't? If someone said Marco didn't want you to see what he looked like, you don't show him either.
Right.
Now, mind you, I don't remember him talking, remember him saying anything, but I think I saw him for a split second. I don't remember what he was doing.
Like I said,
it was like a second. I was like, why the fuck are y'all showing him?
Like I said, I am so glad that I was getting into my shower when I heard this. When I decided to listen to this video.
Now, mind you, in my mind right now, I don't remember what he actually looked like. I just remember they might have showed him doing something that I haven't seen him do. So, and I don't know what was the content of the scene or nothing like that, but that review is mostly out of my head. Cause I, like I said, I barely watched it. I would listen to it, but that review was out of my head. But I just remember the verdict, and then I saw the 10 come up, the masterpiece come up. I was like I got hype. It was that hype feeling had hit. When I saw that 10, I was like, another goddamn 10.
I mean, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm so 10, happy, man. And not to sound like an evil asshole, but
yeah.
If I could, I would fucking put the God of War team. I would put Sony Santa Monica to work on a Souls game just so they could have an actual story. Because if they did that, I guarantee you beyond a shadow of a doubt that game would sell.
I need to
More-
aim for that cannon.
more than they're ready.
Hell yeah. I would hardly believe that, but yeah. So, alright, right, man. Wednesday, man, is finally. Can't believe it's almost here, bro. Waiting on this for so long. Been speculating for years, like
Yes.
what this and this and this mean. I'm not going into detail because you already know what it is, and I can't wait to see. I just can't wait to see the answers and the thing. Like I do remember the guy saying the twists and turns in the story you don't see coming. The enemies, the boss fights are way better. Way, like I said, way more enemies. They improve the combat.
Goddamn.
What was the
Sorry,
other
this
one?
rabbit just smacked the shit out of me.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about. The fucking slither spline fight. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot they do have to like talk about or whatever. So, and
yeah,
I feel like there's gonna be a whole bunch of oh shit moments.
I think, yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, there's a one quote I remember from the IGN review. Even though he showed like a 15-minute review of the game, he still said in the review that he barely showed anything. He said that in the shit. That's one part I remember. I was like, nigga, really? You did a 15-minute review showing a whole bunch of footage, and you tell me we still barely showing anything? I mean, this game is finna like really be insane. Of like shit we won't see coming, bro. Like but that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. I don't want to predict like anything. Like aside from the questions that we hope get answered, we have the questions, and then we have like the stuff that's also coming in this game that's gonna be like a threat, or the people that they like never even put in the trailer, like other gods. Cause you even just tell me it's just Thor and Odin still love in Asgard. That's impossible. Right. Like it just ain't them two niggas love. It's gotta be other niggas. Like it's gotta be other gods that with him that we just have not seen yet. You know, cause they're keeping them, you know, hidden. You know, what's her name? Angry Boda. Like, yeah. No, still know nothing. They don't know what her plot line in the story is at all.
That's good. I like secrets like that.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it's just the fact that, like I said, Thor and Odin. They keep talking about them two, but there's no way it's just those two left in Asgard. There's no way. I refuse to believe that. You know what's gonna happen with Freya? How that's gonna go? Like, will Kratos actually kill her?
I feel like he will if he has to. That's where I am with Kratos right now. He will if he has to. Whereas Atreus is gonna be like, no, father, don't. She's a threat, boy. If she does not stop, I will do what I must.
And I think Kratos, of course, Kratos gonna be, you know, reluctant to doing it. Like clearly, like I remember in that trailer when she jumped in front of him and he put out his shield and he like threw her off of him. So clearly he's not trying to fight her.
Right.
You know, but
that's crazy to me because it's like, like how do you not think to yourself, I'm trying to kill this boy's father, and if I do that, who's to say I won't fuck up the relationship that I have with the little boy?
Yeah, if you kill, if you somehow was able to kill Kratos, Atreus would then take revenge on you. Like, right. It would just be an endless cycle, which is what Kratos was trying to prevent by having him killing Baldur. Yeah,
like that's crazy.
So, yeah, then they barely show her, and then they barely show her.
I'm kind of worried about that because I do want to see more of her. So I'm hoping it's one of those we're not showing her because there's actually more of her versus we're not showing her because you're gonna kill the fuck out of her. Like,
yeah, she's the reason why in the first hour you cry. Because in the first hour she dies. Like,
that'd be fucked up.
That'd be fucked up. Cause they had such a great relationship in the last game, and if she dies in the first hour, nigga, I'm gonna be like, ugh.
Man, that'd be on some Last of Us shit right there.
Yeah, that'd be wild if Freya dies that quick.
Ooh, but it would make sense while there are more Valkyries.
Yeah, yeah, that's the other thing too. They gotta explain. Like, it's more Valkyries
I
now.
mean that makes sense to me though, because I mean Valkyries are just super powerful soldiers. So if they die, then why would I not replace them with more super powerful soldiers? Like they're the equivalent of like the 501st to Vader. He wants the best, but not anybody will just do. So I mean, if they die, that means whatever they were fighting was really goddamn strong. So
I agree. But yeah, looking forward to it, man. Like I said, it's coming at a great time. I mean, gaming has been fucking dry and lackluster for so long, man. Like, so this is coming at a great time, and the things I've seen, the game looks fucking gorgeous. Looks gorgeous. Like, they've already came out and said, like, people who was fucking trying to be funny and saying that it's DLC, they said you'll realize very quickly that it's not just DLC.
Somebody said that?
Clear. People was joking about that. Cause when the trailer was first coming out, people thought it looked like the other game, like very close to it. And they said people who said that it's gonna eat their words, because you'll find out very quickly that it's not just DLC. They say it's definitely a sequel to the last one. But like, again, when you say you'll find out very quickly, that means something probably big happens at the beginning of the game. You're like, you know. And then I think the other thing was like the Kratos and Thor fight compared to the Kratos and Baldur fight. They said that the Kratos and Thor fight makes the Kratos and Baldur fight look like child's play.
Yeah, they said it looked like a playground scuffle.
Yeah, this is fucking.
I say, yo, a nigga getting his neck snapped was a playground scuffle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all that shit happened at the end of the game. That shit was huge. You trying to tell me that Kratos and Thor fight is compared to that as a playground scuffle? Holy shit.
I'd been like, y'all hoes for that. Like, y'all just gonna demerit that whole. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I just can't. I said, man, it's almost here, bro. Like, that fight, I believe that fight's gonna blow our minds. I feel like, and then these other bosses that's in this game that we just have not seen. These mini bosses, like, I can't wait. The combat looks just so improved and more. Even when I look at the combat, it looks more fluid and more like. It just looks great. I can't wait to see what that's the other thing. Atreus, I can't.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's my most anticipated change of character.
Yes, because they're definitely. I guarantee you, they're keeping shit he does secret, dog. I know they are, bro. I know.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I need a Last of Us moment where we control Atreus and can go Spartan mode.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's definitely gotta happen. And the fact they said this, and the one thing that in the back of my mind that had me a little bit was that with the fact that it was ending this in 2 games, and I was like, hopefully that's the right decision, because I don't want this game to feel like it was rushed to the end of this Norse mythology. And it seems like everybody's saying is that it's a very satisfying conclusion.
I hope so.
So that's also a plus, bro. So yeah. So yeah, it's almost here, man, and can't wait to see what happens. I'm worried. I'm excited. Worried.
I'm excited. I'm not worried.
Worried not for the game. If I worried for the where the story goes, like with these characters, like what they're gonna put Kratos and Atreus through this time. It's not gonna just be all. It can't be all good. They definitely gonna be going through some shit on this one. Most likely if it's Ragnarok, so you know. Also, nothing we have not seen is the World Serpent. They never showed that World Serpent at all on nothing, and I'm like, he's not dead. I'm like, are they saving him too? Has it gotten so cold that nigga doesn't move? Is that nigga freezing? He's like, fuck, it's been snowing for 3 years straight. Right. 3 or 4 years straight. I'm fucking freezing. I just don't feel like moving right now.
Man.
Oh, unless there's a twist coming for him, and that we just don't see coming. You know.
These walls.
It's just so much, man. You know, it's just so much that we could speculate about. We'll see, man. We'll see how Kratos' next adventure goes, man.
Yeah. Next time on God of War.
Now I did see once I can't remember once I seen it, but it was like Atreus said something to Kratos about the mom, and he was like something about maybe mother wanted us to find out like about about Loki and
oh yeah,
all
I
that.
do remember that.
And Kratos, what he said to him, he was like, your mother died with those answers.
Yeah.
And that nigga just calls the ass and doesn't even look at it and just grabs it and starts walking. I said, his nigga's still a badass.
I mean, it's going to your hand. If it was
it's
going
to your hand.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you though. As a human being, I would always be looking at that axe because there's no way I'm gonna turn my back on that axe and just be like,
yeah, I just
it won't hit my hand this time.
right. I like that. Just a little small scene. I just feel like it's gonna be, like I said, the chemistry between these two is gonna be interesting because that little scene right there was just they were showing like they said Christopher Judge acted for Kratos and the boy who plays Atreus, like their acting is still top notch in this game.
Yeah.
And
I think they said they had to alter his voice. What's it called? His voice because he got older.
He got older. Yeah, his voice changed drastically. They said when they're making it.
Not drastically.
But yeah, the fact that Kratos was like, when he said your mother died with those answers, he just calls the ass and just keeps walking. And he had blood all over him too.
Oh wow.
That's another thing. That's another small detail that I was noticing too. Is that like it seems like when Kratos kills things now,
the blood
splatters on him and it stays on him. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Good.
I like that detail right there. Yeah. So.
Shit, I would be forever wondering about that.
Yeah, the execution moves is gonna be in this bitch. The way he's gonna keep every enemy's gonna have his own execution move now, bro. Like the end depends on what weapon you're holding. I'm still thinking you'll get Thor's hammer though. I still think that's gonna be a weapon.
I would love it. I would very much love it.
I would love it, but if it doesn't happen, I won't hate it.
I won't hate it, but I think what they'll probably do is give us an aspect of his hammer instead of giving us the hammer. So that if they don't give us the hammer, that's cool. But I feel like they'll circumvent that by giving us an aspect of the hammer.
Yeah.
So
and I will say too, one of my last predictions is you would not just have the blades and the axe their whole game. At some point, you will get another weapon.
Ooh.
That's one of my predictions. It's not just gonna be the axe and the blades. That's just one of my predictions going into this game. It's gonna be something. If it's not Thor's hammer, it's gonna be another weapon that Kratos will wield at some point. It can't just be the blades and the axe the entire time. It's gotta be a random weapon he gives.
I don't know, bro.
It might be. I might be wrong. I'm not gonna be harping on it. I'm not gonna be like, I hope I get a new weapon. Cause they upgraded the shields. Like the shield is gonna be different.
Yeah, well, that might be this might be the only time being lazy, saying this is the new weapon, fool.
This is a new weapon. Yeah, it's the different types of shields you can equip and what they can do different. So yeah, but we'll see. If we don't get the weapon, I won't hate it. Are you predicting that Kratos would kill Thor?
Of course.
Or do you think something else? Okay.
It might be self-sacrifice though. Some Goku and Reddit type shit.
You believe Thor gonna be that fucking strong too, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
me too. We in somebody else's homeland.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing too. When IGN showed that part too. Which I didn't mind that. Again, that was making me hype. Cause we know that fight happens, but that when Thor was talking shit to Kratos, so he just thought you can just come here and be a daddy. I love he said that shit. That nigga didn't say father, he said come here and be a daddy. It was like coming with a clean slate. It doesn't work like that.
I feel like
you're a destroyer like me.
I feel like his presence is in real life upsetting that world to a degree.
Yeah, that's always been my theory that Kratos ain't supposed to be here. That's what throws this whole prophecy off. Kratos is what throws all this off because he's not supposed to be there. He's not a part of the prophecy. That's what I've been saying. Like that, and he did it with Greek mythology. You know, it was never that Kratos threw that whole shit off. That's what it was supposed to happen. That's why I like these God of War games because this one character is not supposed to be there during these movies. Because just like somebody on YouTube said, like you know, in the last game, what?
I'm playing Horizon and like part of the quest wants me to kill one machine, but like my back is literally to a camp of like other machines, and the niggas just spotted me.
Oh shit!
So now I'm like kind of pinched, but and it's not an easy. It's a clamber jaw, you know. Them niggas climb. So like I'm having to choose between. Fighting them and fighting a watcher and what's that nigga with the oh shit. What's that nigga with the thing on his back? Some sort of shell walker? I'm having to fight that.
Some fights be hard, bro.
It's not that they hard, it's just they super annoying and they down my fucking mount and I really don't want to lose this fucking mount. Damn it, he does see it. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, this shit's crazy. No, it's a side mission because we sitting here talking, and I just told myself, yeah. I mean, I was talking to everybody in like main mission shit, but I don't know. I feel like the only part that I want to pay attention to was how that weapon is supposed to help get past their shields and whatnot. But other than that, I don't know. Damn it, I lost my mount. Fuck these machines. But yeah, high hopes for Ragnarok.
High hopes, man. I also love how big they made Thor. It's like they look like they made that nigga a lot bigger than Kratos.
Yeah, I would say I think they went back and reworked that man design or some shit.
That nigga looks huge. which is dope. I like that.
Yeah.
So we gonna truly see how much of a monster this nigga really is on this goddamn game.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I think I will probably stream my first 2 hours. And then I'll stop. And then continue to play the rest like on my own.
Yep, and I'm getting it Wednesday around lunchtime. I'll probably go over to the Best Buy, pick it up.
Oh man, I'm gonna
give me something to eat.
Check this out. I get off at 7. I'm going to go back to my side of town and just be sitting at the Best Buy until that bitch opens. So
I feel you.
Because if I come home and then go back out, nah.
I feel you. Yeah,
it's not gonna work for me.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Wake up. I don't think my Best Buy open here till like 10, I think, or 11. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna leave. And like I said, give me something to eat while I'm out. Come home, open that bitch up, let that bitch install. While it's installing, I'll be eating.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I should probably see
if
I
the PS5 games install pretty quick.
Yeah, but space.
Oh, space. Yeah, I have been doing that. The space thing, and I've made room now. I definitely made room now.
I'm gonna be mad if I make room and I still ain't got no space.
Yeah, cause I forgot how big that game. I don't think Ragnarok is.
Hey Google.
Huge, but
how large is God of War Ragnarok?
You better say like.
According to Prima Games, the digital download of God of War Ragnarok for PlayStation 4 will take around a gigantic 107 gigabytes, while the PlayStation 5 version will take around 84 gigabytes due to better compression options.
Damn.
Look at that PS5.
Yes.
Even less memory, my nigga.
That's I like that. Now, one thing I do kind of want to see, and this is gonna sound strange, if part of this was DLC, I would very much like to see what part of the game, like where the DLC starts and stops, if that makes sense.
Well, people said that well, not people. I had to think about what I just said. I never forget years ago when God of War came out. You know, Santa Monica was gonna make single player DLC for this game for God of War 2018.
Right.
But they canceled it because it was turned. They said it was turned into a Uncharted like Lost Legacy type thing, like a full blown game. And they didn't wanna, and they decided to scrap it. Not really scrap it, but like scrap the deals as it DLC and move it into the next game. That's what happened. I never forget Corey Barlow said that this game, God of War 2018, was going to have single player DLC, which I would have loved. I would have loved.
Everybody would love that.
I would have bought that shit day one, but that's they just put it on a new game. And also too, they said that and I love hearing this part. Every mission you do on God of War, on Ragnarok, all of it like matters. I love that they said that. The main missions and the side missions all tie in into like the story.
Ain't no way this nigga Bear's gonna beat this game before you and me.
No. Because that's what I'm saying. Like exactly, like because you know how games work. Like you do its main missions and the side missions don't really have too much ever to do with the main. There's two separate things. But they said this game, they said these side missions matter, bro. I love that they said that, man. And they said it fluently does it so perfectly. How they do this, man. And I said, yeah, like I said, everything they're saying about this game, like I've heard nothing bad, which is great. I'm glad I heard nothing bad, but it's like everything just seems improved. Everything, man.
Wonderful.
Yes, bro. I love hearing that. Like, and mind you, they probably honestly, man, the fact that it's gonna be all 9 realms this time they're supposed to be open. Like they probably have not showed a lot, man. Like they probably haven't showed a second.
February, bro. I feel like I'm gonna get Spider-Man, and that bitch is still gonna be in the plastic.
They did say God of Ragnarok is longer than 2018's too. They say it is considerably longer. A good amount. They say it's supposed to be like either double the time that 2018 was to beat. I said, that's also great. It's also great, but man, we almost there, bro. I can't goddamn wait, bro. Also, I can't wait to see if I actually do tear up in the first hour. And what the fuck I wonder if I'm gonna see the scene happens, and I'll be like, oh, this is the scene. I'm gonna like, this is the scene, and then if the scene actually makes a teardrop happen, I'll be like, god damn. Oh god. Yeah. I hope it's not Freya dying though. Oh my god. Like,
I mean, I'm honestly speaking, I'm not as attached to her character as you sound, but I don't want it to be her either.
No, like if it's gonna come down to like, and then like think about how powerful that scene could actually be, because like I could see like Atreus is not gonna want to do it, but Kratos is like, you know how Kratos is, like he'll do it. Oh yeah, he'll kill Freya, even though he don't want to.
No,
she
it could not be avoided, boy.
Yeah, and they both get to arguing, and Atreus may be crying. Like that could be a very powerful scene if they like do that shit right. If it is her death,
she's just smacking that nigga off and like, stay out of this, boy. You're trying to kill my dad. He took my son.
Yeah,
he was going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just like arguing and fighting at the same time.
Everybody's arguing and fighting at the same time.
None of you niggas out of breath. Because if I try to fucking fight somebody and talk at the same time, I'm gonna be a little winded in this bitch.
Yeah, we are.
Like I have a hard time walking and talking on the phone at the same time.
That could be a scene, though. Then Kratos does it, and Atreus is just in tears, like, you didn't have to do that. Why did you have to kill her? Kratos like, I had to, boy. She was a threat.
Right.
They just get into argument and shit. Trey start crying and shit. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, this started off emotional. It started off emotional, goddamn.
Could take off its power cell. Stop it from shooting back.
Yeah, so we'll see what it is. We'll see what it is. I've heard two people that said that the first hour of the game made them tear up, so we'll see what happens. Ain't supposed to cry that damn early.
Man.
Not that early in the game. Or if not cry, just get hit in the field that early in the game. I ain't expect that. Yeah, but yeah, Ragnarok, man. Ragnarok's coming. The end. Ragnarok, which means the end of all things. So, how will this go? Will they stop Ragnarok? That's the other thing. I doubt it. I doubt they stop it.
I doubt it too, but especially since it sounds like they want it to happen.
Yeah, and again, the character, you can kind of tell though it's gonna be like that fucking brood of a character, just flat out just terrible, horrible. But I want to see how old it's gonna be.
Oh
That's
man,
one character I want to see, like how he's gonna act and talk and like. I just can't wait to see how he is.
More canisters.
Cause I really think, man, I don't think he's gonna be the Odin we're used to. He's gonna be like drastically different than what we think we're gonna get. You know. Cause I think also sold the Kratos in house too. You know, he did that. What happened on the second trailer, but he was just in that black silhouette. They ain't want to show what he looked like. But the trailer literally opens the door for this nigga. You know, it's like all these guys are finding out where Kratos him live and keeps fucking with him.
right.
And then Kratos don't want. That's the other thing. He doesn't want nothing to do with any of this shit either. He don't give a fuck about Ragnarok. He just want to live his life with his son.
I would laugh so hard if that nigga Atreus says, "Maybe we should consider moving."
Oh yeah, he got to say that line. If Thor is supposed to show up to his house and then Odin also supposed to show up in his house, like no, at this point it's like
you gotta move.
You gotta
go somewhere.
They really fucking with y'all.
Live in the turtle house up under the world.
Yeah. Especially since Kratos don't give a fuck about Ragnarok. He don't give a damn. Like that's just part of his character. All Kratos want to do is just live life with his son. Plain and simple. That's it. But man, I mean that's not gonna happen. But that's all the nigga really wants. Just to be left alone.
That's no good. Can't use
but they don't keep fucking with him. Man. They don't realize a goddamn Greek god is in Norse mythology.
Right.
And, yeah.
I just hope that the real treat is us fighting Odin, not Thor. Like they're hyping up the Thor fight, but I hope they're hyping it up so that we ignore the fight that we could potentially have with.
Like that Odin fight is gonna be the one that's gonna be like stand the fuck out for real.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like holy shit, it's fucking happening. And it's fucking amazing.
This thing's stuck.
But
there's gotta be another way to loosen this crate.
Yeah, like I said, I also too can't wait to see the characters that we just ain't mentioned. I know it's gonna be a whole bunch of characters that keep in this game. Even other gods. I believe there's gonna be other gods in this game that we just don't know.
Man, that'd be amazing. Make it like God of War 3. And you just Slaughterfest. Slaughterfest 2022.
Yeah. It's gotta be other Norse gods. You know, because never forget, man, they said that one line in the last game when Kratos asked about Thor's sons, and Sindri was telling him all about it, and he was like, and also Thor has a sister, and Kratos was like, weapons. Like he was like, basically, I don't give a fuck about his family, but Sindri did mention that a nigga does have a sister.
Oh man, and I hope she come into play too.
Yeah,
What if, so you know how like the Hela of the MCU was like somewhat attractive, even though she's crazy as hell. Like, what if what if the Hela of this universe was like ugly and bad as fuck?
Oh boy. Some disgusting looking bitch.
Yeah, it's just
cause Thor already looks, that nigga looks rough as fuck though from the little scenes we've seen.
Right. My goodness.
even analyzing the line when that nigga was like, when he was trying to, I guess, push, like, you know, the hammer down on Kratos, where Kratos was trying to hold it up, and that nigga was like, you know what he said? You thought you come here and be a daddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he said that line, I thought to myself, like, how do you know that?
Right.
Like, do y'all know about him? I think that's gonna be going to twist of this game too. Like, the Norse gods do know about him.
They've been watching this man forever. What if the game opens up with Odin just like watching TV, and we just see like younger Kratos doing his thing. Zeus, this will be the last of your days.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Odin is just watching this shit like, God damn, boy.
God damn, he fucked this mythology up.
Right.
I hope that nigga don't come here.
Right.
And then he just realizes, like, wait a minute, you said somebody killed Baldur? Wait, somebody killed Thor's children? What does he look like?
Describe this man. he was bald, full beard,
okay,
gray skin with a red tattoo.
Oh,
wait. You said, no. He'd be like, wait, you just said full beard? Yeah. Nah, we're good. The guy I was watching, he ain't had no full beard. He had like a goatee.
A goatee.
Yeah,
but it was like he also had like red tattoos going across his body. He said, excuse me, he has what now?
He's like, you gonna hear his beat. Son of a bitch.
You gonna tell me he's here? Oh god. He said, I gotta go down here. I gotta talk to this man.
Right.
Yo,
you don't actually want war, do you, Kratos?
That's what that nigga said.
Actually, I do. Calls the axe to him from behind. Odin slices that nigga in half. and then Kratos looks at the camera and just says, fatality.
Oh, that'll be dope, nigga. That'll be dope. Also, another person, Tyr. He has a role in this game too. He has a role in this game. They barely showed more of him either. But we know he's in the game though. You know, even though he's supposed to be dead. But Kratos is supposed to free that nigga. Wherever he's at.
Can't wait to see that.
You can't wait to see that relationship between Tyr and that's gonna be interesting. I just remember the scene from the last trailer when they both like it seemed like Tyr was above him and Kratos was like he put his hand up and they both like shook hands like bros. Like Tyr's about to help him up or some shit.
Oh man.
I was like, okay.
Woo!
Hopefully Kratos gets a friend. He needs one.
Oh man, what? Anybody needs a friend is that guy.
It's Kratos, man. Like this man has been through enough, man. He's been through a lot, man. Give this man a buddy.
Right.
A homie. He needs a homie. That's what we need. And hopefully Tyr is that homie. He needs a homie.
So. I hope he teaches him how to be the guy that he wants to be.
That'd be perfect. Cause they showed build up Tyr in the last game, like he was just the perfect god in that world. Like he was the god of war in their universe, but he was peaceful.
Right,
like,
and I hope
love that.
I hope that oh my god, there's a way up here? Fuck!
What are you playing again?
Nigga, I'm on Horizon. I thought I was safe because I had the high ground. This fire claw just ran to my right and said, nah, bro, you ain't safe, kid. It's a whole ladder up. There's a whole walkway up this motherfucker. Fuck. And these bitches, when they swing fast as fuck, bro.
Oh yeah, them machines, man, they ain't no joke, boy.
Please don't find me. That's the one thing I don't need from you right now is to find me. I will always enjoy this game.
Yo, so what now?
Fuck. I said I will always enjoy this game.
That's another game that isn't improving in every way than the first game.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet the graphics are even better. Like I haven't booted up the 2016 version, but
Oh yeah, the graphic. Oh hell yeah, yeah. Forbidden West is the best. Forbidden West is the best looking game I've played so far. And we'll see if Ragnarok be able to top that.
Oh my god, he was smart. He knew where I was going. Fuck. I went to my right. This man went to his left and circled around a piece of machinery and met me on the other side.
Now's my chance.
I just can't believe this game. But whew. Yeah, I think Tuesday morning. Hopefully, if I get paid, like, I take it back. I wanna get as much done before the weekend because I am gonna try to go to the theaters before work Friday. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that.
And I should be relatively okay because it'll be a daytime, showing.
Yeah, that's another thing. I hope it's also fantastic and blows my mind.
It's eating at its armor.
Yeah, I hope
that's the one movie they cannot better not be
fail.
Yeah, fail. Be mid, like, please.
I mean, I hope not either, but two things will always ruin a movie: a main actor's death, and a bad writing direction. And Ryan Coogler, I did see the article where Ryan Coogler did state what the original script was supposed to be, and it was gonna revolve around grief and how T'Challa was just gonna be sad because 5 years of his life has been gone, and things have changed without him. So, which I ain't gonna lie, I like the idea of that. I think that's really cool. But when things like this happen, you have to obviously change and adjust so that you can tell the story that you think deserves to be told. So, and it also makes me wonder if they even would have used Namor if he hadn't died.
Save these for when I need it.
Good question.
Yeah, because I mean, he's not a bad character, but he's. I would argue that Namor the Submariner is less popular than Iron Man was back in 2006. Or was it 8? Whenever the first Iron Man came out. I'd say 6, but I'm pretty sure it was 8 because when I say 6, I'm thinking of like Spider-Man. So, but yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. And damn, this is the first time we didn't go over 2 hours by like a drastic much.
Nice.
So remember, God of War Ragnarok comes out Tuesday of this week, and Black Panther comes out Friday. Please take the time to enjoy both of these things, or at least one of these things, depending on your preference. And in the coming weeks, I will be putting my brain to work on a Pokemon video for you guys so that we'll have more to talk about, because I've seen them if those are the legendaries that I've seen in that trailer, Jesus, they really have run out of ideas. So I'll be watching a lot of Austin St. John videos, so yeah. But for that, I'm signing off. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.